In today's video, I'll show you how you can easily create loopable backgrounds inside CreateStudio 4 and take your videos to the next level. Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Ali, and in this tutorial, I'll show you how you can turn your scenes into dynamic ones to enhance your creation and level up your skills. Before we dive deeper into this, I have an example that I'd like to share with you. Let's go ahead and watch it and come back to start creating.
I am just trying to enjoy a smooth drive and suddenly the world ends right in front of me. Seriously? This background has a wall. What was that? Loop the scene. Endless road. How did I not know this? Time to fix my world. There we go. The road keeps going and I am finally free to drive. Let us learn how to turn any background into a smooth loop.
I hope you enjoyed watching the example. Let's dive into it and show you how you can easily do that. So first of all, in order to create a loopable background in CS4, you need a clean and simple design for a similar background that I have in my project today. And if you want to have access to the same image, I'll leave a link to it in the description so you can go ahead and download it and follow along with me. But let's show you where you can get other images that look similar to this, and they need to have an open end on both sides, on the right side and on the left side. That way you can duplicate backgrounds, and I'll show you how you can easily do this and attach them together to create a loopable background. And so now I'm going to take you back to the website that I usually use, which is Freepik, where I source content for my projects and social media. So when you land on freepik.com, again, they have a paid version and a free version. What you need to do is simply click on the free version, check that, and then you will also need to click on the drop-down menu right here and choose panoramic in order to get the panoramic images right here. In the search bar, what you're going to do is type in horizontal city illustration. It's important to type the word or the keyword or use the keyword illustration in order to get the same 2D style or cartoonish style of images so that you can use them in your projects. Now, if you're looking to use 3D concepts, then you'll need to use other websites because Freepik isn't the best for that. Maybe you can use the AI feature in Freepik if you're subscribed, but if not, there are other tools that you can use in order to generate 3D concepts. For me, I use Leonardo AI. It also has a free version and a paid version. So, feel free to use whatever image generator. It's really up to you. Now let's go back into CS, show you how you can easily do that. So this is the background. What I'm going to need to do is simply make a duplicate. Of course, you can make as many duplicates as you want. So I'm going to make one duplicate right here. And then before we make any changes to the background, we need to deselect everything on or inside the project and then simply go to the settings panel right here. Where it says canvas mode, you want to click on show to be able to see what is outside the canvas or the boundary. And then what you want to do simply is zoom out of your canvas. Now this is our duplicated background. So we're simply just going to drag it to the left side right here and make sure it is lined up with the main background on the canvas. Next, you want to go to the settings panel, find where it says properties, click that, and then you're going to find the last option that says, it's got a flip on option right here, vertically and horizontally. You want to flip it horizontally like this, and now you can see both images look like this. So I want to make sure that there's no gap in between. I'm going to select this image and then press the right arrow key on my keyboard, maybe once or twice, just to make sure it's kind of overlapping a little so that I don't end up with any gap in between. As you can see, it's perfectly looking good. Now I need to continue. So I'm going to go back to the main image on the canvas, which is the one on the right side, and then I'm going to make a duplicate. You can do this simply by hitting the Control or Command D to create a duplicate. You also have a duplicate button above the timeline to create duplicates. Now, once you've done that, you're going to hold the Shift key and drag this over to the right side and then line it up like so. And then you want to do the same thing. You're going to go to the settings panel, click on properties, and then flip that horizontally. And there you go. Now we have a perfect match right here. If we deselect, looks perfect. I could just drag it or press the left arrow key once like so. And there you go. Looks good so far. Now I need to create another one. So I'm going to click on the final or the one on the very right side. I'll make another duplicate for that one, drag it over onto the right side like so. Do the same thing, settings, properties, flip horizontally, make sure it is lined up. So pressing the left arrow key on my keyboard a couple of times. There you go. All right, now I'm good to go. So when it comes to adjusting or stitching all these together, first of all, you need to go back to the settings panel. Again, deselect everything so you can see the canvas mode. Click on hide. Now we see our canvas boundaries. So what we need to do is select all backgrounds layers in the timeline, and then, of course, you want to decide first on however long you want this scene for. So if you want to have it for 10 seconds, 15, 20, 30, or even up to 1 minute, it's really up to you. So you just need to extend the layers or shrink them down depending on however long you want them. Like I said, for me, let's just go for 20. I'm going to select all images, and then I will right click, create a group, and there you go. Now I will start animating this to create a loopable background. So in order to do that, I'll simply just click on Add Animation above the timeline, start keyframing this. Easing would be linear for both in and out. To maintain speed, properties will be position. And now we are all set. So I want to drag my background so I can have it start right from the very beginning, which is the very, the first image on the left side. So I'm going to drag, hold, lift, click on my mouse and the shift key as well, and drag the image over to the right side just to make sure this is lined up. So it actually starts from the very left side of the image on the left side, like so, right? And then I'm just going to select my second keyframe, drag it all the way until the end, make sure it's still selected, hold the shift key, drag the image all the way until to the right side. Make sure it is lined up with your canvas boundaries on the right side as well. Now we're going to go back, take a look, and there you have it. Now you have a loopable background that you can use in your projects and, take your videos to the next level and really just have fun. Make your videos also look different and unique to other people, because I'm all about helping you making your videos look unique and different than the rest of the group. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.